A very happy Lodi, Pongal, Bihu, and Makar Sankranti to our audiences. My name is Devika Chibber Mehta, and I am the host of this women oriented talk show, AW. A Woman for a Woman. As the name suggests, this is a platform for the women contributors of our society. Each woman transpires so much. She goes through so many ups and downs in her life while striving for excellence. A woman in itself is a power source. Imagine her joining hands and contributing together for the society. The story she can transpire and the lives she can inspire. In today's session, we have a physiotherapist with us. Dr. Kawaljeet Kaur is the owner of Optimus Physiotherapy Clinic in Noida. She's from Arihant Arden, and she's into this healthcare profession where she uses her knowledge and skills to improve a range of conditions. She helps us to encourage development and facilitate recovery, enabling people to stay in work while helping them remain independent for as long as possible. Hello, Dr. Kawaljeet. How are you today?
Hi, Devika. A very warm day to you. I'm very well, and season's greetings to all our viewers. It's so good and delighted to be talking to you today.
Thank you, Kawaljeet. It's an honor for us and the incredible work you're doing. हम बता दें कि कवलजीत जो हैं ये अरिहंत आर्डन में अभी कोविड सिचुएशन चल रही है. We all know how the scenarios are. But Kawaljeet, who is a new mother, yet she's managing everything so nicely. At the same time, contributing towards society from her home. She's not stopping. She's not, halting her work, even if the scenarios are difficult and a child is just 15 months old. So, Dr. Kawaljeet, please tell us something about yourself, your ancestry, your family life.
Okay, Devika, I'm basically from New Delhi. I was born and brought up in New Delhi. My forefathers were from Amritsar side, and I think my grandfather, he settled in Delhi somewhere around 70, 80 years ago. So I've been born and brought up in Delhi. Yes. I did my schooling in Delhi, and for my professional studies, I went to down south in Karnataka. So I did my bachelor's in physiotherapy as well as specialization from Karnataka itself under the Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences. For the last almost 15 years, yes, I have been practicing all over Delhi NCR, and majorly I'm based in Noida for the last 10 years.
Okay. So, what are your beliefs? Why did you choose this profession? Why did you want to come into the medical sciences?
See, Devika, I feel, human body is so fascinating. If you would see millions of people, not only thousands, hundreds, millions of people globally are studying, reading, researching about different aspects of a human body. And just with a fraction of second, we don't know how a person dies. We do have n number of reasons which we call as medical conditions, but still it is so fascinating to understand the human body. It was initially this fascination towards the human body which brought me closer to study about the medical sciences, and that was the trigger which prompted me to understand, learn, and enhance myself as a person.
That's wonderful. So, you told me that you are a new mother. You have a 15-month-old child at your home, and
Yes.
so, I mean, with your work and your personal life, and how do you manage? How do you strike that balance?
See, I feel given the current situation with the COVID prevalent and everything, yes, it is a bit difficult. And as you know, how the toddlers are, a typical 15-month-old child is. My daughter, she's in the phase where she loves to explore the new environment, items, and things. So we remain careful about avoiding the accidents. Simultaneously, with the family support, I'm able to manage all my areas, whether it is managing the home or the professional aspect, or maintaining a good overall holistic approach towards the life. Because when these COVID times are prevalent, sometimes we are required to stay at home.
Hmm.
Having said that, we yet have to see our patients. Thanks to the technology, we are able to do the teleconsultations, which was, far-fetched thing somewhere 20 years ago. We couldn't even have fathomed about it. But now, thanks to the technology, at least despite the restrictions, we are able to help those who need us the most.
Very right, very right. So, how do you manage your work? You already stay-at-home mom and you're working. How do you manage your work, your clients, your patients, basically? How do you manage them?
I would like to clarify, Devika. I do have my full-fledged clinical practice.
Okay.
I have been staying at home for the last 4-5 days because there has been a steep rise in the COVID cases,
Yeah.
thanks to as we are predicting the third wave coming up. Meanwhile, what I do is I have my team of wonderful doctors who help and support me in taking care of my patients. So I check my patients, I, set up the guidelines, I discuss with my team, because I feel doing the work together is better rather than commanding the work. So because then we are more open and transparent towards, the new ideas and the better approaches towards the things. So
Right.
that's how my team helps me. I do online consultations. I depute my doctors as well for the home visits and the in-clinic visits. And meanwhile, I'm staying at home. So it is a combination of a managerial, doctors, as well as, a humanitarian approach.
Right, right. Totally get it. So, for our audience, we'll be sharing the details of the clinic and other details of Dr. Kawaljeet online later. But Dr. Kawaljeet, when we talk about we have been doing so much. You've been managing so much. You've been managing your personal life. You've been managing your work. Then, but there's some space for yourself. There's some as a woman. There's a usually हमें ये कहा जाता है ना कि नहीं फैमिली इंपॉर्टेंट है चलो काम भी इंपॉर्टेंट है लेकिन आपका अपना एक स्पेस भी है एक पर्सनल स्पेस है विद जिसमें कोई भी नहीं है तो उस स्पेस को मैनेज करने के लिए इट इज आई थिंक इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट क्योंकि मोस्टली जो वुमेन होते हैं औरतें जो होती हैं उनको ये रियलाइज ही नहीं होता कि उनकी अपना पर्सनल स्पेस भी कुछ है वो सिर्फ फैमिली और प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में लाइफ पूरी काट देती हैं आई नो सो मेनी वुमेन हु एक्चुअली डू दैट तो is it hard? I do. In fact, I would want to ask you: do you have that personal space? Yeah, आप नहीं
Yes,
manage कर
definitely.
पाते हो. Okay, you have
No,
that.
yes, very well said, Devika. See, the personal space is as important as oxygen, because if we don't get the personal space, we tend to lose ourselves. Yes, हम कहीं ना कहीं जिम्मेदारियों में उलझ के अपने आप को भूलने लग जाते हैं. That our personal space is the time when we are truly ourselves for us. Yes, so I feel that is the time we can be more relaxed, more creative. We can just sit and do nothing, whether it is a power nap, whether it is just spending 10 minutes listening to good music, or just sitting in the balcony and looking out at a beautiful view, which our Arihant offers like anything.
Yes.
So I mean, yes, we have been lucky. Yes. So I feel that personal space is very important, and I'm happy that you have acknowledged the importance of personal space, because as you said, when we are trying to strike a balance between the professional and the personal life, we tend to lose ourselves, and the major reason is we tend to forget that we need that personal space. So whether it is late at night or early in the morning, I try to get my personal space.
So, if I ask, who is Kanwaljeet Kaur? If we remove that doctor frame and other things in your personal space, what do you like to do? Who is Kanwaljeet Kaur to us?
Okay.
Your passion.
I'm just a
you all
my passion.
activities which you love to do when you are not a doctor, when you're not a mother, you're not a wife, you're not a daughter. In your personal
Yes.
space, who do you prefer to be? What are you in your personal space?
I am a book reader,
Okay.
a music lover.
Mhm.
Yes. During my childhood, I was trained in the classical music, and I feel that is something which has helped me over the years, to de-stress myself. Because yes, being in the profession, it is demanding. So that helps me to rejuvenate myself, reading books helps me. And I like reading something light. Yes, at times one loves reading something knowledgeable, something good, but I really do enjoy something like, you remember in our childhood we had those comics, Billu, Pinky,
Henry.
Chacha Chaudhary.
Yes, yes, I do
I used to
remember.
read them. I have a very good collection.
Oh,
So I
really?
really do enjoy. And I feel of late there was a decline in reading habits among the general population. But
Hmm.
when Harry Potter struck the market, it kind of brought people back to the good habit of reading. And if you would see currently, a lot of readers cafes are coming up,
Hmm.
which are encouraging people to read books. So I feel reading, music, taking a stroll down, that helps me. That's what I do, and that's how I enjoy.
No, I totally get it. I mean, especially during COVID and due to this online space, there have been many groups on Facebook and other social media profiles where you can actually
Mm.
get in touch with other readers who are avid readers, and you can have those sessions of book reading sessions. And there are many groups. So we can probably discuss
Yes, I
about
know.
them
I know.
later. So there are many groups, and I have so many friends who prefer to do that. So you are a fictional reader, or you prefer to read, reality books like autobiographies and maybe shairis
Yes.
and poems. And so, what is your choice of reading?
See, my interest of genre depends basically what is my frame of mind at that time.
Hmm.
Generally, by the end of the day, I prefer something fictional because in that, as we say, end में सब कुछ अच्छा होता है. And as Shah Rukh Khan says, अगर सही नहीं है तो पिक्चर अभी बाकी है. So
Right.
that's how I prefer to end my day. Generally during the day, I prefer reading autobiographies or something, deep thinking like Paulo Coelho or something,
Mhm. Mhm.
because that motivates you to enhance yourself, to
Right.
upgrade yourself.
Self
Yes.
growth.
And
Self growth actually works there.
yes. And when you read autobiographies of different people, you learn that, they were not born lucky. They were persistent.
Hmm.
They never, stopped believing in their dreams, and
Yes.
how they, yes, how they fought the odds. So that's very motivating.
Okay, I get that. So, like in your profession, if I speak about, there would be several other doctors, female doctors, who are probably, क्योंकि COVID situation है. COVID situation, we
Yes.
all know that a common man, a layman, is suffering, but doctors, specifically their mental health, their physical health, it is also being very turbulent times for the doctors in our society.
Yes.
So, how do you deal with
They,
that? The mental stress, the physical stress as a doctor?
okay, I'll answer your question in two forms. First, let's focus on the mental health. You know, treating the patient generally is demanding, and given these stressful COVID times, it is even more demanding.
Hmm.
Now, you add on to that problem is the health of our family. When
Hmm.
we treat the patient, when we are at the work setup, it is an entirely different thing. But when we return home, we are more worried and apprehensive, that we hope that we are not bringing the infection back to our residences,
Yes.
despite taking a number of precautions. So that is one thing which has been prevalent for us. Now, coming to the physical aspect, yes, it has been draining. And, as you all know, wearing the PPE kits, wearing the protective gears, and doing things, and having the ongoing shifts of the patients, it is not easy. It is having its due course of physical demand. So yes, these stressful times have been turbulent for healthcare professionals as well. And I'm including all the healthcare professionals, not only the physiotherapy people.
Okay. So, also there would be other female professionals, female probably lab
Yes,
assistant or technicians who work in
yes,
your office or in your clinic, basically. Uh,
yes.
so, as a woman, what do you feel that probably how are you able to support them in their growth, in their responsibilities? How do you do that? Or do you see,
See,
do
I
you have any questions, or do you see any pointer which you feel that, oh, this must be done, but it is not happening? So anything which comes to your mind when you see the females who are, also the flag bearers in your field. probably.
Yes, you're very well said this. Females are the flag bearers in the physiotherapy profession. You would be surprised to know among the pioneers of physiotherapy in India,
Hmm.
there is Dr. Bela Sethi ma'am.
Hmm.
She was among the first physiotherapists in India. And I'm talking about somewhere around 1980s
Wow, such
when
things
nobody
really give me goosebumps. I'm telling you. I mean, knowing that we were the first somewhere. So the word, no, it
yes,
comes as we. We were the first.
we,
It's not
yes,
the
the
Bela Mama was
women,
the first. It's like we were the first. That feelings give such an accomplished. It's such an accomplished feeling. So that's
yes,
great. So
yes, yes.
how can you support each other more? How can you grow together?
See, I feel, everybody is born with some quality or the other.
Hmm.
First, we should start appreciating each and other rather than talking at each other. Why shouldn't we be talking with each other? That is one small step at a time. Then understand being in other person's shoe. If we try seeing things from their perspective, maybe our viewpoint gets better clarity, and that further improves the transparency of the things. So I believe that's how we can help each other both professionally as well as personally. See, Devika, I feel when we are awake in the usual times, around 70% of our awake time we spend at work.
Hmm.
So how our family is important. Similarly, our colleagues, our co-workers are important because they are also our extended family. So
Yes.
when we appreciate them, when we understand them, when we know we are holding on to each other's back, it is a kind of such a conductive environment that our efficiency, our work approach, our stress levels go down and our efficiency improves like anything. And we rather look forward to going to work rather than, just going to the work for the sake of going to work.
Very, very well said. Because I personally believe that we should always believe in collaborations, not competitions. There's a
Yes.
saying, no, the patriarchal society saying कि एक औरत ही दूसरी औरत की सबसे बड़ी दुश्मन होती है.
Dushman hai, I know.
And so that is such a weird statement to be made in today's time, because I think every woman is supporting each other in some or the other manner. So if I ask you, probably one or more than one quality which inspires you in another woman, a quality that she represents, and probably you would want to have that or you look up to it. Any such quality?
Yes, yes. I would like to give example from my family itself. When I am in a state of doubt or when I'm thinking what to do, there are four ladies whom I think of.
Okay.
My maternal grandmother, that is my nani, my paternal grandmother, my dadi, my mother, and my mother-in-law. I think of those four females. Thankfully, I'm blessed with such a good family that, all these females have played a very vital role in bringing me up. If I'll see, when I think of something, I think how would they respond to a particular problem? How they would have responded somewhere around 50 years ago, how my mother had responded, or how my mother-in-law had responded in their due things, and
Hmm.
how they are managing things now. So when I see what they would have done, that is one thing, that brings my problem to a big solution. So
Hmm.
that helps me to think, okay, if they could do it, I can do it. So
Exactly.
I feel, yes,
Exactly.
I
So,
feel
I mean,
we,
they're already great managers. They were actually great managers, great
yes,
leaders. And sometimes I feel that, I mean, if we come into politics, there are already so many female politicians, but
hmm,
we can learn so much from our previous generations, but sometimes we choose
yes,
not to. And that turns into a barrier sometimes, because
yes.
हम सोचते हैं कि नहीं, this generation has lots and lots of freedom and we should do things in such a manner. Last generation knew nothing about it, but no, they actually did things in a better manner, and if we take tips from them, so things would become easier for us. So what do you
They were smart workers. They were smart workers because now we have technology to give solutions to us. But they were pre-technology people who knew how to make things handy for them when
yes.
nothing was available. So they actually created the groundwork for us. So I feel, yes, as you said, politics is generally considered a taboo field for females, right? But if we will see and look into our country itself, we look at Indira Gandhi, we look at late the BJP leader, Mrs. Sushma Swaraj, or we see Mamta Banerjee, or we see Mayawati, or we see Jayalalitha. All these women, they have been holding on to their ground despite being in a typical male-dominant area. Yes. And they held on to their views. So I feel, that's what appreciation, making the things up helps each other. And they have inspired us to, come forward to become a leader.
Exactly. And women in politics, they have been there for long. Yes. And but if we see in today's scenario, COVID-19, the situation is again third wave. I think we are probably getting it as, we were thinking about it to be coming in March or April, but it has arrived sooner than thought, I guess. So yes. COVID situation is getting worse. UP elections are coming up. And I don't see any female politician in the UP election scenario aside Priyanka Gandhi, basically. So what is your probably stand on political situation, current political situation, or also in the society, at society level also? There are many situations where which require or demand the interruption of females, but we probably hold back. And mostly the idea is that, oh, we have a family life, we have our work life, and we stay away from it. So what's your stand on that?
No, I feel where we lack, it is all about prioritizing our things. Initially, say before marriage or before having the additional responsibilities, we are passionate. And as you had said earlier, we tend to lose ourselves once we are overburdened with the responsibilities. And I feel, more female leaders need to come up and, hold on to the things, and they should take a lead, and they should be politically world-winding and bringing the change up. It's time to shake the things up. Exactly. And politically, yes. And I feel females are the real movers and shakers.
Very, very well said. So what's in the final word, basically, what's your message to the society, to other females? What's your probably concluding message to all of us?
See, I would like to, through your platform, I would like to tell each and every female out there, please don't stop believing in yourself. We have only one life, and let's live it to the fullest. No matter what, there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. So believe in that and believe in yourself.
Thank you, Dr. Kawaljeet. It was, your views and your opinions, your suggestions, your beliefs, they all were so great, and it was so inspiring. It was inspiring. It was incredible to, I feel grateful that I got in touch with you and got an opportunity to actually get into this discussion. So, for our audience, we'll be sharing the details of Dr. Kawaljeet's clinic and other her profile basically on the social media soon with this interview. And till then, be safe, take care, and thank you so much, Dr. Kawaljeet, once again for being there with us. It was an amazing session with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Devika. Thank you for calling me for this interview. And I would like to end this interview describing what awe means to me. As you said, awe means woman for woman, but I feel this is a platform where a woman makes the other woman feel appreciated, welcomed, and worthy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Kawaljeet, and thank you to all our audiences. Please stay tuned for our next show next week. Till then, bye-bye. Take care.
Yeah, good day.